Hi, it's Grace, and today I want to talk about Luna's life and the last couple of days. I don't know how to describe her life. When she came to us, my mum and my stepdad, okay, hang on, go back a little further. As a family, my mum and stepdad and I had a cat from when I was really young. His name was Ziggy. We called him Piglet, because he used to lie like this in his food when he was done, so none of the other cats could eat. And he was beautiful, an amazing person, you know what I mean, and such an important part of my life that when he left us when he was, oh my gosh, I think he might have been 23. I'm gonna say at least 23. He was with me longer than most people in my life, you know, that weren't family. And I was so devastated when I lost him that I lost myself. And my mum and stepdad could see that. And so they rescued a couple of Burmese cats. We were told they're about 6. They belonged to a gentleman that had to move overseas, and they needed to be rehomed. And my mum was scared about, you know, giving one of them to me and one of them for her because they had been living together forever. But she thought she'd try. And my stepdad, like, they were going to wait for my birthday, and it was a couple of weeks before my birthday, and my stepdad just couldn't wait. He was so excited. So he let slip about cats, and I was like, and like, basically, when am I getting my kitty? So they brought her over, and she wasn't scared. She walked straight out of that cage and was like, right, my house, good to know. Hey guys, what's happening? I'm off to explore. And like, there was no hiding or shaking, or she was confident. And it was her home from just the first second. And Grant was her person from just the very second she laid eyes on him. She's like, ooh. So she spent a few days exploring every nook and cranny and was like, right, this is home. And we got to know each other, and Mum was like, oh, I feel really bad. I need to bring her sister over and see if they miss each other. And Luna did not miss her sister. Her sister was like, and she was just hissing and carrying on, and she hissed so much she threw up, which isn't funny, but it's funny. We were like, you know who that is, lady, like, come on. But she was like, I don't know who you are. Or maybe she did recognise her and just hated her, like, I don't know. But she didn't want to give up her good time and was like, no. And she has just been a joy in our life ever since, every day, every way. She's amazing, and it's just fun and playful, and we lost her a couple of times. She was outside on a harness, and I had to nip inside for half a second to do something, and I thought I tied her onto something. Like, it was a long time ago. I think that's what happened. Anyway, I came back, or she ran. Like, I really can't remember what happened. Anyway, I called Grant. I can't find her. I've stuffed if I know, like, please come home. He's come home and gone around the back, and she's on the roof of the neighbour's fence, just like, and the roof of the neighbour's fence. Neighbour's shed over the fence on the roof, going, oh yeah, what's going on over here? And one day she, Grant opened the door to do something. There was a guest over, I think. Something happened anyway, and she snuck out. And I think he just opened the door later. I went, oh my god, where is she? Anyway, I opened the door and she's sitting there. Wow. And then there was another time she went wandering up the driveway, and our neighbour, god, I miss our neighbours. Our next door neighbour is amazing. Anyway, oh, I'm gonna cry at just missing her too. She saw her go past and go, she's supposed to be outside, and we're like, no. there was another time Grant was talking out the front with I think it was a tradie. He was talking to someone out the front and had the fly wire shut. He opened it up and she's like this far away from the top of the fly wire going, what are you guys doing? Just stuck to the freaking fly wire. She just made us laugh and happy like every day. Like she made me slow down because I was like, why don't you love me? And I was like, okay, I'm loud, I need to slow down and be quiet because you don't like me loud and fast. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. So that helped me change and just, you know, calm down so we could have a friendship. And then you know, I started to go, oh, what are you doing? So we'd spend time doing her stuff. And that was much better than me doing my stuff, I'm gonna be honest. My stuff was boring. Like I still did some stuff, but like if she was like, I want to do this, like I want to sit in this window, I want to cuddle, I want to play. Yep, whatever you want. It's much more entertaining than what I'm doing. And that's one of the biggest things I miss. My stuff is so boring without her and I miss doing cat stuff. And I can do cat stuff, but it's not the same. She was into mischief. She, most cats have kind of like a mischief time at night. Some of them, I know we had outside cats when I was younger and they'd just like run around the garden and chase things that weren't there and it was really cute. Her mischief was about 10 o'clock at night. She'd be like, okay, cupboards. She just wanted to be like up. So I used to put her in the wardrobes and stuff at the old house. But this house we had like a really good routine. Like bedtime. My partner and I always shower together, but we, like when we didn't, she'd be like, okay, he's in the shower, mischief. So we'd like go pop her in a closet or two and she'd end up in the bedroom ensuite, oh my god, not ensuite, walk-in wardrobe up the top. Like I could put her up there but I couldn't get her down and she knew that. So when she thought my partner was getting out of the shower, she's like, hop up there. And she could see him like through the mirror getting out of the shower and stuff. She was such a perv. And then he'd like, you know, dry off and come get clothes, so he'd have to help her down. Or if she was in bed, like sometimes she was in bed, she could be asleep and she'd hear him get out of the shower and like poke her head out and be like, oh my god, my favourite thing ever. I woke up one morning, and this isn't word for word because I was waking up, but it was something to the effect of, did you just do what I think you did? You filthy bitch. She loves to find ways, to find ways to wake us up and tell us she was hungry. And we used to just try and grab her and cuddle her. And a long time ago, I wouldn't wake up when she told me. But she still loved telling Grant. And she used to stick her nose in his ear, like so her whiskers and everything were in there and tickling his ear and be like, and that was like, get up and feed me. And then she'd run away really quick because she knew that if she got caught, she would get cuddled. So apparently she tried it a bit further that morning and like licked the inside of his mouth. It's still one of, no, it has to be the favourite way I have ever woken up. I giggled for like, I'm still giggling, it's so funny. But yeah, that was like, she just made us laugh, she did silly things, got us involved in her mischief, and I'm a better person for knowing her and I'm a lesser person for her not being here. That's just how it is. She was the best and my best friend. Because I've been sick all my life but been getting progressively worse. I spent a lot of time with her. I thought I spent time with her before, but then I only started working like 3 days a week and we were just like mischief all day every day. And she helped me when I was just in the worst place of my life. And she helped my partner and I because I was in such a bad state. I was pushing everyone away, just everyone. I didn't want anyone to be around because I didn't want to have to lose them too. So having her to ground me and take a minute to think about what I'm doing. I nearly lost my partner because I was pushing him away. I just didn't want anyone around to see me like that, or to have to lose them, or I don't know. I have no idea what I was thinking. But without her, I wouldn't have my partner. That's horrible to think that we wouldn't have had our family. Like, I was not good. I'm not good now in a different way. It's still scary to think about that time and how much you just saved me. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have what I have. I wouldn't have learned what I've learned. Like, anything. I wouldn't have had any of this. And this house wouldn't be here. Well, it might still be here, but it wouldn't be the same without her. Like, if we had stayed together in this house, oh my god, in the past, you know what I mean? This house probably wouldn't be here, and if it was, it wouldn't be like it is. Every time we had a hard decision, we'd ask her to make a choice, or put them on the floor and see if she touched something, or is it a colour match? Do we not know what colour to get? Hold it up against her fur or whatever, going, it matches Luna, like, I approve. And that really helped us communicate at a time that can be very, very stressful. Don't get me wrong, it was still stressful building in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know if I've told that story, I think I have, but oh my god, don't do it. But it brought us all closer together, so much. Like, I didn't think we could get closer. We got closer. And then we moved in here and we all got closer again. It was, you know, a place that we built for us. And Luna loved every part of this house. She knew where all the sun was, and like, it moved a couple of times because we were here for a while. So what windows are better for, you know, winter sun and summer sun, and kind of what time you should bother moving. Like, I swear she could feel how warm it was when, yes, I believe the sun's good in this window, would come and get you and be like, alright, open that window, or, you know, pull the blinds open so I can go and lie in the sun. And like, I'd go sit with her and give her scruffs, and then she'd be like, no, I just want to sleep, and be like, alright, I'll leave you alone, come get me when you need something. And that's how I've spent my last nearly 2 years, and especially after last year with everything that happened. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. And she's amazing, and just the best thing apart from my partner really that's ever happened to me. And I'm sorry if I'm leaving anyone out or offending anybody, but like, apart from parents and like family members, like outside influences, my partner and Luna, two of the biggest influences and changes and just wonderful things to happen in my whole entire life. So like, I'm really grateful for that, but it just makes the pain so much worse. I miss her so much. I really just don't know what to do. I can't talk enough about her life, but I have to let you know what happened in the last couple of days. So the last video, so on the Friday, so like that week, maybe it was a Monday, she got another steroid shot, like the shots she's been having, and we thought it made her a bit unwell, like, oh my goodness. So by Friday I was like, oh, she's off her food a bit, she's only eating like half of what she normally does, maybe that's made her sick, like maybe we should go. My partner ended up taking her, he took the day off work on the Friday because she wasn't well, and she got another injection, like an anti-nauseant. I'm like, oh, she's just feeling sick. No one, I don't know, no one told us that, like, dudes, this is the, like, we thought the beginning of the end was her on our medicine and stuff, and we'd be getting blood tests, but the last lot of blood tests should have been like, hey guys, this is getting real serious and this is what you have to look out for, and we need to talk about end of life care. And that didn't happen. So I I didn't know that that's what was happening. I just thought, oh, she gets unwell every so often and, you know, she bounces back and everything's cool. But by Friday night, I was so fucking worried. She wasn't moving very well. She didn't want to do anything, just sit with my partner. And I was really worried, so I called the night vet, and he told us what was happening, and we were scared, and he said, we'll pop her on fluids for the night, and he was hopeful it'd perk her up somewhat, and you know, a week or so. And so he told us to come back into the back room and got us to hold her while he shaved her arm and put her IV in. And we carried her and popped her in a cage, and he popped the heater on. We gave her love and my partner's jacket, and we bundled her up and we left her there for the night. And we were sad but hopeful. And Saturday morning, we went to go and get her, and he said, I think we should do stuff, and we were like, we can't. Is she okay to come home? And he said yes, but you'll be in contact very soon. And we said, do you do house calls? And they said absolutely. We said thank you very much, we'll see you soon. And she was pretty perky when we first got her. She went downhill so quick. We just spent as much time as we could holding her and making sure she was comfortable. She didn't want to eat or drink or go to the bathroom. She didn't have the energy left. About lunchtime, my partner and I looked at each other. We were going to have to make the decision pretty soon. So in between the love, I was just talking to them and just thinking. About 5 o'clock, I think it was, I don't know, I decided that I needed to organise this physically. So I said to my partner, she's so happy on your lap. Put some David Attenborough on. She loved David Attenborough and watching birds. And just sitting on Grant's lap, like watching David Attenborough, sitting on Grant in a warm cozy blanket, and it was just the best place in the world. So they were watching birds. And it seems harsh, but it's a completely different day. I had to stop. I couldn't get through the next part without scream crying, and I'm still struggling. I was trying to figure out why it's so hard to tell you about the next part, and I don't 100% know, but I'm pretty sure that all the other deaths in my life, it just happens. You can't do anything about it. Even other people, it's just like being swept up in a river. You can't do anything about it. You can't fight it. This was mostly the same, except for I didn't have to make a phone call. I didn't have to pay someone to come and do what they did. I didn't have to organise for it to happen. I think that's probably where the most of the trauma is. The other deaths in my life, again, even people, you just, I don't know, you can't do anything. You're not the one responsible. You're not in charge of this stuff. Other people are. You're there and stuff's happening, and there's just not much you can do about it. This was like an active mission to do that. And I really think that's the most horrible part. So I was trying to watch just the end of the footage to see what I was saying, and I'm pretty sure I said that my partner and Luna were watching David Attenborough. And I just needed a little bit of time to think. And I still don't know if this was the right decision, but I started systematically just packing up every room of her stuff and putting it away, because I didn't think I could do it afterwards, and I didn't think I could bear the thought of looking at all of her stuff everywhere. And I still don't know if it's the right thing. I miss seeing her stuff everywhere. But I'm grateful to myself on occasion that I did it then, because I don't know where I got the strength from, but I couldn't do it now. I've put all the stuff in a cupboard and I don't know what to do with it. I can't throw it out. So it's just gonna stay there, because that's her room, that's her stuff. So I did all that and I made the bed. I was trying to think about what would be nice for everybody, and my partner was just as broken as I was, and we're both still broken. And he didn't know what he wanted to do either. One of us needed to make some decisions. So we knew that we had to. So when they'd finished watching David Attenborough, I don't know if I said at this stage she wasn't, you know, doing all the things she should be doing. She didn't want to eat or drink. She couldn't go to the bathroom, which must have really hurt. So we, you know, we had to take that into consideration too. That must have been so uncomfortable. So we got blankets and towels, and I made the bed. I made a nice, beautiful, cushy, like a cloud pillow thing for her to be in the middle of. And we all just lied down together for a while and had cuddles and love. And a snuggly Luna sandwich, just like we always love to do. She didn't always love it, but Grant and I would just like to snuggle her in the middle. We did that for I have no idea how long, but then we knew. We had already asked the vet if they do home visits. They said yes, so they knew. And the most beautiful vet came and told us what to expect and everything that was happening, and to sign her life away, and told her how awesome she was. And then I left the room so we could have some time together. I'm gonna have to finish this again another day because I just can't. We just told her she was the most beautiful and best person we ever met. I'll try this another day. I wanted to read what my partner wrote about Luna and give it the respect it deserves. I really haven't visited this for a little while and I'm already going to cry, but it's beautiful. This is what my partner wrote for Luna, and how he expressed his love for her, and I thought it was beautiful. Our family lost our princess and our best friend not long ago, and I've wanted to share it with you all, but I could not find the words. On the 11th of June 2022, we lost our beautiful little girl Luna after her 4-year battle with renal kidney failure. She would have been 19 on the 19th of October. Words cannot come close to describing how broken we feel. The world is a much darker place without her by our side. Luna first came into our lives in 2010 after she and her sister Cleo were abandoned at the local vet. She made herself at home right away, exploring the house and training her new servants on the proper way to attend to her every need. She was the boss of the family from the very first day. Luna was the most perfect and loving girl you could ask for. Her favourite place in the world was being curled up under a blanket on my lap, but was happiest when we were both just enjoying her company. She loved to sunbake and had her own timetable of where the best sun was in the house. She'd get angry if there were clouds blocking the sunshine, something she would demand that you fix. She really enjoyed going for walks outside on a leash, where there were so many interesting things to smell and investigate, and some really good grass to munch on. When she came back inside, she'd usually run around the house full bore before going to her heated bed to warm up her little feet. We spent our last day with Luna cuddled up under a blanket watching David Attenborough, Birds of Paradise. She always loved watching bird videos, and particularly anything with David Attenborough. It was nice, but it was also one of the most traumatic days of our lives. We don't think we'll ever get over her death. We feel so lost and empty without her, but we know we are extremely fortunate to have had her in our lives. I don't really have a lot to add to that. There's nothing else I can say. We had the perfect family, and as broken as we are now, we're so grateful to have had her in our lives. She changed us so much and helped us so much. Don't know what we would have done without her. I guess we've found out that it sucks without her. But she's taught us to check the house, take care of each other. And I appreciate everything. And I really miss her. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.